Welcome to CHL Rewind. I'm Hammett 2717, joined with Nag.
What's up?
And No Sleeves.
What's good?
We will be going over playoff preview of each conference. Also talking stories around the league, matchups. We do not have power rankings this week. So we won't be able to talk much about Week 8. We'll go talk about scores from Thursday, the implications of those teams getting in. We're actually going to start out with the O, talking about playoffs there. First matchup we have for the O is Kingston versus the Wolves. Let's pull up that one. Kingston holds that conference head-to-head, won over the Wolves, pretty much taking the Wolves in every stat category but face-offs. I'll let Neg out that matchup.
Yeah, man, I don't think the Wolves have a chance, to tell you the truth. I think it's Kingston in 4. Just all year long, except for the first week, Kingston's been strong. They started off really shitty, but hey, man, that's all I got to say. It's going to be a blowout.
4-0?
Who pretty much has a well-depth team. Doesn't have it this season.
Yeah.
You have Cam, you have Zilla, you have, now you have the addition of Nikki P. Great centerman in Tarasenko show, just sitting on their TC. But you have, on the Wolves, you have Shaft Daddy, Sir Nibbles a lot, Ice Fire, German Bomber. You just don't have the depth that Kingston has all around.
He says Gusto. He's a stud.
Right. So, you have, two guys that are positive against Kingston. The Wolves' total offense is ran by the Shaft Daddy. He's got one win against Kingston and had 6 points in that game. I'm going to have to agree with Nag here. It's probably going to be sweep.
I would confirm.
I just don't think have what Kingston has.
Yeah, they're not strong enough.
No.
Definitely not strong enough.
Even you have the goalie to bail you out.
Just,
they don't seem to have that either.
So it's one of those, maybe they can pull off one win.
They didn't EA win.
You're going to have to hold Shaft until you get... You can't put them out because obviously, with the away team having to put theirs in, I believe it's 3 hours before.
Yeah, they can only line that.
And then you have... So you're line... but you could run Shaft maybe game 3 and 4. And if
but still
Kingston's
then Kingston's going to know.
Kingston's going to do that. Yeah, Kingston's going to know up into game 2, but that's tough.
Oh,
I'm still going to use this to my advantage too.
Oh, for sure.
That's one of the things where. What's the strategy of the playoffs? Do you run your top line 3 and 4? Do you put one maybe in 2, 1 and 4?
Well, that all relies on the away team. The away team determines what you start off with. The home team's just going to put up whatever line they think can beat that line. That's it. Yeah, so your top line is not might not play till Thursday or till Monday night or Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, yeah.
because you only play one Sunday, you play one Monday, and two
Tuesday,
Wednesday, and one Thursday.
Yeah.
I mean, it also comes down to availability.
That's true too. That's big as well, yeah, because it's not like everyone's available every single game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I get that top line the first 2 games because that's all they're available for. You have a person say not available until Wednesday, Thursday. You're hoping that an ECU can possibly pull off, helping your team get past that to where you can use that player that's only available those 2 days. But yeah, I don't think have a chance going up against Kingston. I see it in 4.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Cut and dry.
Next one we have it's versus Ice Dogs. Let me pull that one up.
Go on Ice Dogs in 6.
In 6.
In 6.
Bold. Actually, yeah, against the Pete,
Pete's are a good team, man. They put a good fight up against us all year.
Yeah, Pete's have some decent guys on
So the one game you have that one that was a 5-1 game. Otherwise, 4-3. The Ice Dogs beat them 3-2, and the Ice Dogs beat them 2-0.
Those are all pretty close games. That's not a blowout.
They're close games. So shots, the Petes don't have them. I mean, 35.8% shots to Dogs 54. So you might be getting the shots, but time of attack.
Yeah, the Ice Dogs.
The Ice Dogs are beating them 74% to 25.7.
The Ice Dogs are actually second in the entire CHL in time on attack difference at 291 minutes this season. And you've got the Pete's at negative 83 minutes. So, like...
I mean, guys that go toe-to-toe with the Ice Dogs.
A good first line for sure.
Right. But you have Cigar Smoking Monkey. You have the leading points getter in Epic Skilly.
And that NYM guy, he is amazing. But he's annoying.
Man. Valley finished 11th in total scoring, too. He's their left player.
I mean, you have 2 goalies. The one goalie played 1 game. He had 7 shots on him, made 6 saves. I mean, Cigar Smoking Monkey had an 8-save shutout. But, I mean, it's not like that the Petes have... they had a right defenseman, King, 3 against him. He's played 3 games, faced 45 shots, saves, 10 goals against, a 77.8 save percentage. I'm gonna have to say this one, Michael, 5 games.
Depends on that first line used on the pads.
I mean, it's I can't go more than 5 games. I just don't think they have it.
I agree with that.
I think so here too.
No, I agree on 6.
I'll say 4 for the Niagara Ice Dogs. I think that it all comes down to their first line, and it's just like it would take a game where they bury every chance they get against Niagara. That's how they would have to win. Like if they miss a breakaway or something like that would be the only way I could see them pull out.
I mean, just the time of attack. That means you're spending most of your time in your zone.
Niagara's second out of the entire CHL.
unless the only thing that I can see that the Pete's are they're getting into a spot and getting a quality shot for openings and putting shots on net. That might be the strategy that you have to use against this Ice Dogs team. You got to get the gritty, grimy goals.
For sure.
Against this team. So, yeah, I'm going to say Niagara sweeps this one.
I agree. 2 sweeps so far.
I mean, best luck to the Pete's. I mean, the Ultimate Gamer has turned that Pete's organization around. I mean, he's gone back-to-back playoff appearances to where Season 2 and Season 3, I mean, the Pete's were the joke of the league. So, hats off to Ultimate Gamer turning that organization around. I guess there's not really much else to really say about that one.
No, it's another.
Oshawa versus the 67s.
You say
Playoff breakdown. 67s have had this season. Oshawa hasn't beat them.
Yeah, it hasn't been close.
They've faced them 3 times.
Yeah.
Every game. The only thing Oshawa's had against is face-offs. They've gotten killed in. Shots they've gotten killed in. See any coming from against the 67s.
Let's take a look.
Great goaltender.
And they're both positive
River
possession
Otter.
teams throughout the year. But the 67s have 156 total minutes, and Oshawa's at 8 minutes. They just were a positive team. But
You have team. You got on that team. Blake Dangles. I mean, to Oshawa having. I mean, Patches has their most points. The 67s, and that's 2. I mean, that kind of has me scared when your top guy is Patch 45 points against him in one game. You know, 67s are a tough team.
Yeah, they definitely got some depth.
See this. Yeah, I don't see this going past 4 games either.
I'm going to say it's a 4-1.
So you got them in 5.
Yeah. I think Oshawa wins 1. Again, with that whole home team getting to set their lineup and get to dictate that, depth for each team is going to be so important, especially if you can't line match the away team. Yeah, exactly. The away team can't match their first line against who they want, because you're right. In the first 2 games, the away team's got to set their lineup, and if they put their second and third line out, then they know that the third game that they're going to put that. So that does make it tough.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say 67s and 4. 5. Ken, what do you got them in?
I got them in 4 for 6,
4?
7. Yeah.
67s and Nag. Ken? Looks like we lost Nag.
Yeah.
Who isn't? Yep.
Yeah, we lost him. Next one is Battalion versus I think that one has been close all season. Yeah, so you have Bulldogs taking actually every game from the battalion.
3 were
against battalions.
2 were close, but yeah.
They had battalion's number.
The shot differentials not very good.
That's big. Yeah, that's big.
Right. Look at the time of attack.
Yeah, possession and shots. That's deadly.
Face-offs. Putting it past the battalion, no, either. I think the battalion pull off a couple of games. And they have players that are not bad players at all. I mean, they can actually do some damage. Zeus Wick, not a bad goalie at all. Plus, you got Neil Albert Reed. Those are two good goaltenders. I'm actually going to say this one goes to Game 6. Even a Game 7.
Whoa, bold 7-game call.
But I'm going to have to say it's the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs have just had their number. Sure. Go with what the stats are telling me. I think the Bulldogs have this series. I think it'll go either a 6 or 7. Just because playoff hockey is way different than a regular season hockey.
Oh, for sure.
And also Zeus
care a lot about points and more about the W, so I think a lot of things change.
Right. Things change. Yeah, I'm gonna
with like a positive or like over 500 teams. This is the first matchup. Looks like that's close.
I mean, yeah. The Bulldogs have a good team also.
Brampton doesn't seem to have anyone in the top 25 of the division. Hamilton's got 4.
Right.
Like, so I mean, like, it seems like their top end seems to be a little bit better than Brampton's. But again, like, your second and third lines matter a lot in the playoffs.
Battalion needs to stay out of the box because twice now. 2 power play goals on the power play. So Tins got the penalty kill.
I'll say 25. I think.
Yeah, I gotta go. It seems like a Game 6 matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I see. You got Boston Bruins, who's a good defenseman. You got Penguin Leaf is not a bad goaltender at all. So he's had their number. He's with 1 goal on 10 shots. So he's seen enough shots from him. Zwick has 34 shots, made 26 saves. He's got 8 goals against. He's got a 76.5. I mean, it's almost one of those, do you go with the better goalie that has better numbers against the team, or do you just go with your better goaltender?
I would assume in this you'd go with your better goaltender. But yeah, like the stat differential is pretty jarring.
Yeah, for sure, I agree. Although Zeus could get hot at the right time too, and that could really put a thorn in the Bulldogs' side.
I played with Gilly last night, and he was really good.
Oh, yeah.
So that's one I'm definitely going to be watching is Battalion.
Yeah, as far as first round matchups go, this is one of the closer ones.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, then you take a total 360. You go into the eastern side of it. Eastern side. No, this is west. The Sting versus the Spitfires.
Yeah,
The Sting have been running that conference. Well, the division. And have just ran over Spitfires are 0-4 against the Sting.
Yeah, I think that this Sting might be one of the lower end of the top tier of the O, but the Spitfires don't seem to be able to show up against them.
I mean, it's one of those where the Sting just have the power. See, I'm actually going to say this one's going to go to 5.
I can see that. I can see 5.
Some way, one guy go, you get a 3-2 win off of a greasy
absolutely.
goal, maybe goes off a stick, skate, whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna say Sting in 5.
I'd say Sting in 4.
I'll say Sting in 5.
I think they can pull off one of those grimy wins.
Maybe.
Yeah, first lines on every team are so prominent in this league, right?
Mm-hmm.
And second and third line guys that just play the game and don't necessarily aren't vocal in showbox or just known. Those, I think the playoffs and series like this where they actually get a more prominent role. I think that when you have 2/3, it depends on how the Sting roll out their lines and whatnot. But still, if you get a third line versus third line game, I think that on a lot of teams that aren't top heavy, that it'll be a lot closer than a lot of other games.
I'm actually going to take it back. I don't think this, the Sting have a 7-2 win, a 6-1 win, a 4-1 win, and a 5-1 win.
Yeah, they're
pretty dominant wins.
I'll say 5. I'll stick 5.
Change mine and say it's teams the benefit of the doubt, but I just can't see this one being. It's just way too dominant of victories. We have Kitchener versus the London Knights.
Oh my God, these were all fantastic games. Kitchener's. Wow, what the?
One goal.
And the time on attack is dominant. What was their goalie stats in this?
Let's see.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, look at Jason. Who
hold him in?
I was playing with him the other day. He's pretty good. I like him.
Oh my goodness!
I also like the bald eagle too. He's been turning around.
Oh, this isn't a 5-4 matchup. A 2 versus 7? For it to be this close with those games, London has them in pretty much every. They beat them in shots, they beat them in time of attack, and they're beating them in faceoffs. you know, you know,
I can't
pretty much
speak,
50%.
I can't speak
It's
for how
49.6 to 50.4. So we're gonna take the face-off consideration. Shots go in London's favor, 56 to 44. Just off of the records, go to a game 6.
Their time on attack for the season, like I can't like if you were to look at like matchups between like two specific teams like we're doing right now, and like show like records against each other and then records for the league, like out of the entire OHL, the Rangers are third last with negative 184 minutes of time on attack, and the Knights are at 75. There is no explanation unless they're first lining them every time, or like that's crazy that they've done so well against them.
You got King Sinster that went 2-0 against them. Goalie in every game.
How was his season? Like that's insanity. It's really crazy.
I mean, somebody screwed up on stats because
That's those an error.
yeah, there's Bald Eagles missing stats. Scorch is missing half his stats.
That is true.
And Jason's.
How long ago were these
stats.
games though? Like before trade deadline or anything like that? Are they all spread out?
It's hard to say because it just says Monday
it just
the
says
10th.
the date. Yeah, it just says the date. I mean, if we go the 10th would be July, and the 11th to the prior would be June. Like that's a big discrepancy, but they went 2-0 against them later on in the year. So like I don't know.
But Tupac Iserman, Kitchener, that was called up. He was called up right at roster freeze, so you won't see his stats in here.
Yeah.
Huge difference maker. D. Jackson game against them is definitely like AHL class. He's the GM of London, and he only played one game against him.
Oh, that's yeah.
It'd be a whole difference when he's gonna play probably 2 important games.
You've got no one
So
in the top 25 of the division in points. So I mean, like, it doesn't seem to be like huge game breakers on either side as far as like forwards. Other than
I'm gonna say Knights in 6.
Knights in 6?
Just because you're gonna have D. Jackson playing those games. You got Freak Show that's only played one game against them. You have Guardian that played 3 games against them.
And Chegg hasn't played against him either.
Enormous. It's not like he's being blown out by him. I think the whole series goes off of how well Jason plays against him.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Absolutely.
Because literally he's the one that's helped them in those games.
Yeah.
What's your prediction? 6?
London in 6.
I'll say London in 5.
I'm going to go with London in 6th as well.
All right.
You have Owen Sound versus what am I missing? Greyhounds. What's that? Oh, I mean,
I think it's on the second page. Oh, it's the last one. Yo, here we go. Another good one. I mean, 4-0, but every game's a 1-goal game. What's their season stuff?
Wow.
so you have Owen Sound that's 4-0. The Greyhounds. Owen Sound holds the shot differential. Hounds have them in time of attack and in face-offs.
I got a bold call here.
They both pretty much have the same power play. Owen Sound 2 for 15. The Greyhounds that are 2 for 10. So you're telling. So Owen Sound has 84 shots on goal, where the Greyhounds have only 63.
Yeah, that could be.
They're pretty much scoring on the same differential. Have the Greyhounds that totally take a physical game to Owen Sound. One's going to be a tight one.
That's a finish to like 1-7-2. Owen sounded.
We also balance them out.
I mean, Bake, that's only played one game against him. He was up in the AHL most of the time. You have Steven Seagal, the goalie. That's played 4 games against him and has a 90% save percentage. Memlock has 3-1.
Could come down to
whose goalie plays better.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not far off. I mean, you have Steven Seagal that's 90.5 save percentage, and you have an 88.1 save percentage
with 20 more shots.
with plenty of more shots. Well, this is going to be more. Are the Greyhounds defense going to step up? Same amount of games, less shots.
Oh, let me see.
I mean, Greyhounds are killing them in time of attack. So, are they just not taking the shots?
Should just be a lot of outside cycling, right? This is another series where you want
defense just.
As far as points go, like from forwards. I think series like that where there isn't like that again, like those first lines, like you can get a lot closer of a series. As far as like season time on attack though, Greyhounds have 41 minutes cumulative, which is 7th in the O, and Owen Sound's at negative 122 minutes. So like that's a big disparity. I mean, they're all 1-goal games, so like for the Italian to, attack to win four games against a superior team as far as the standings go. That's impressive, but again, they're only 1-goal games, right?
Yeah, but does Owen Sound's goalie stand on his head?
Oh,
It's only
absolutely.
allowed 6 goals on 63 shots.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
You also have to, so you pretty much have the same goalies going up against.
for sure.
You also have to factor in that you're going to have your backup goalie going in.
And none of them have played each other at all.
Right.
So that makes it tough. Predictions?
I'm gonna say Sound in 6.
It's bold. That's an upset. That's got to be the first upset call, I think.
Going Sound in 6 also.
I'll say Greyhounds in 6. That domination throughout the season, as far as like controlling play, like if the Sound
they have the domination. The only reason I'm saying Owen Sound in 6, no, Sounds
like
of attack factor. I don't think they're shooting the puck.
Let's see their
Clearly shooting the puck with 64 shots on goal.
like throughout the season. What were their 2 goalies' stats? Let's take a look. Like I mean, against each other, they obviously play them extremely close, right? But like from let's see. I'm not seeing them.
I mean, they're averaging 22 shots on goal.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
In those 4 games.
The
The shots on net for a goalie.
creep. There you go.
The creep, yeah, is the students to go.
So if they're averaging 22 shots on net against a team that's averaging
you've got like from a season standpoint, Steven Seagal, like his I don't know how against the Greyhounds he's obviously played fantastic, but throughout the course of the season he's under 75% save percentage.
Yeah,
almost a 4 goals against. Like again, those are all 1-goal games. I think that's why I think that the Greyhounds will win this series at least. But I mean,
yeah, he might win this series. I don't see Owen Sound becoming somebody on for multiple upsets.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like just for.
I think Seagal has Owen Sound team has.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it, they sent several different lineups at Owen Sound, and Owen Sound just shut them down. So I got Sound in 6. Ken's got 6, and Sleeves has Greyhounds in 6.
You got it.
Next one we have versus Spirit. Which had Spirit there 3-1 against them. Dominating time of attack.
Yeah.
That's beating them with face-offs.
The difference. You'd think with the time on attack being almost double that their shots would be.
Yeah, and DC Lumpy's a good goalie, so.
Dreamy's not bad either.
No, I know he's not.
He's 2-0-1 against them.
Mm-hmm.
49 shots. I mean, Kingerman at a bad left wing. You have F7, who, when he played one game against him, had 6 goals. He's, what was that? 37.5 shot.
Yeah.
Reaping Angel is 2-0 against him, 9 points, 4.4.
Yeah, Nags has been good too.
Games, you know.
Those 2 Otter wins though were real early in the year.
Yeah. 1-goal games again.
Yeah. Early on.
It's been a lot of those this
The
year.
Otters had their number 8 goals to 5.
It's a different goal.
Shots on them. They're putting them in the net. I mean, they both had the same pretty much power play for
Duster's
14.
really good. Dirty Duster's pretty good. Forward for the center for the Spirit.
Oof.
But
Giveaways.
well, when you have a lot of giveaways, that means you're controlling the puck a lot.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a misleading stat.
When you're a winger too, it happens.
Oh, for sure, because you just get bumped off the puck on the boards like that. Yeah, the giveaway stats. More to
Especially
know for D-men.
well, 40 giveaways on 215
Well,
minutes.
you can't
is
really say it.
nothing.
You can't really say it's more
Oh,
for
never mind. I'm
D.
looking at the wrong line.
Anytime you're on the penalty kill, who's normally dumping the puck? A defenseman, and they count that as a giveaway.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Anytime a defenseman is just trying to get the puck out of the zone, making a risky pass, it's a giveaway. Pass it at your left wing, have it aimed perfectly, hits off a skate and gets taken away. That's a giveaway.
Yeah.
Times you had it where, the boards, you have it aimed up and magically he just doesn't want to grab the puck and it goes for icing.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, you can't really say it's more of a defenseman stat. I wish EA would figure that out.
Yeah, especially
Because,
with the
it's a
takeaways.
misleading stat.
Because they don't even count takers half the time.
I mean, one game I had 5 takeaways within the first 2 minutes. I had 5 takeaways the whole game. It's kind of one of those where it's a catch-22 with it says it shoots up at the top of your screen. Hey, you've had 7 block shots. You go into the player summary, you have 1.
Yeah.
The giveaway takeaway, I mean, it's a good thing to wager, but like I said, you got to see that actually get the view of, okay, is this guy good or is he just a complete scrub that to just chill on a TC or
Yeah, no.
Respect.
Understandable.
But yeah, I mean, most of the time when you see a lot of giveaways, that's a guy controlling the puck a lot.
No.
3 games. I mean, in overtime because he's got 215 minutes.
Yeah, it's a lot of time.
I
For
mean,
one team.
so does Dreamy. Dreamy's got 217.
Yeah.
So that many minutes, it's not that many.
Well, for 40.
You have Twigs. He's a left wing. He was a veteran in season, he was, I believe, in the season 1, I believe. That was a new person that Negs had just happened to call up. That one had to hurt too. Called up. So that's a defenseman that's one thing that happened to Neg, is Neg had a lot of D-men called up. So that had to have been one of the early seasons. Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things where the AHL tries out these guys as defense, they get stomped on, and then they call CHL guys. I'm not going to say this is going to be a sweep. Say Otters in 5.
Otters in 6.
Otters in 6, yeah. I agree.
So right now we have Kingston moving on. Evans. Or to play the Ice Dogs. It's facing the Bulldogs. The Sting versus, and then we're kind of, so we kind of have Owen Sound going up against Bears, with nosleeves having the Greyhounds going up against the Otters. So that is your O for you.
Pretty straightforward.
So now, right. So now we're gonna go to the Q.
Oh boy! All right.
Uh-oh.
Oh fuck! So it looks like everyone.
I mean, I'm not gonna go too much in depth on versus the Sea Dogs or Owen Sound.
You just want to get
Valdor
Valdor out of the way first?
Yeah, let's just get Valdor versus Sea Dogs out of the way.
All right, I'll be humble and straightforward with it. Like, I don't see how our three lines.
I don't think
I don't
any.
know. Like,
No.
I don't see one.
Nobody sees it.
We led the entire CHL in time on attack minutes by like 325 minutes, like in the offensive zone. And the Sea Dogs, we've just, you know what I mean? Like, we just had. I don't even think that if they first line versus third line, I really don't see. No offense to them, just like
I don't see it either.
The Valdor team is just Virus is too good of a goalie, and even our backup, we got J Money as our backup now. Like, I don't see how that's gonna go. And then you have the CHL goal record breaker in Wolf and Gunny.
Right.
Like, I just don't see it. I'm the bottom pairing defenseman even, and I'm so like. And I led D-men in
minus. Now you have Martin scores.
Yeah, Martin scores easy. Yeah, like
Reed.
I mean, the second line center. Like, I don't know.
Silky. You know. Well, you say you got Gunn and Bull and Martin and. It's not like Silky's a bad player either.
No, and he's on our third line, like, as going in.
Right.
Like,
so,
like I said, I'm new to the league and whatnot, but like just playing with these guys, like, it's crazy to watch how like you'll get double-digit time on attack every game. And this last week specifically, they played Cape Breton, and Cape Breton's first line, I'll talk about that when we get up to them, is unreal now. And then they played the Remparts.
I mean,
both games were.
State, Valdor went up against Ramparts.
Yep.
Much throughout top lines.
Yep. I know that.
Arches.
Yep. Now, and the Ramparts' first line is no joke either.
Right.
No.
So, I'm not gonna go too much in depth with this one.
No, yeah, that one. This one is pretty cut and dry. I'll say 4s and 4.
I mean,
or 3.
to steal
For
team around and getting into the playoffs. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go Valdor in 4.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I mean, those guys to rally and make the playoffs is awesome.
Yeah, it was good to see them.
A couple things go their way. It's a tough round 1 matchup.
You've got 4 guys.
It's Valdor in 4.
Yeah. All right. So next one, what do you guys want to? Oh, sorry. I'm assuming everyone else sweep Valdor across the board there. What one do you want to
Parts versus Dakar.
I'll say this. So like about the queue in general, like so including the series. One second, let me just grab the Quebec one. I think it's on the second page. You've got like the top 4 teams in the queue, opposed to like the other leagues. I think there's a big talent gap, I'd say, where the top 4, including the Remparts, obviously, you know, mash. Like they just have like a full like lineup. And now, like the Quebec one of Lgchl, like they won what 3-1 in the season series. Looks like, yeah. I mean, Cage and Lehkonen and Snake Doctor and that, like,
yeah, Snake Doctor.
yeah, like I just like that's an extremely tough lineup to beat for any of the Q teams. Like I think that of the 4, like the top 4, like the Remparts are easily, or they belong there, I guess. I'm gonna. Like,
now this one.
Go ahead.
This one's kind of up in the air on me. This is the whole reason why I'm going to say this. You have Dakar beat Snake Doctor one time. I have a good save percentage against these guys. One of the things, though, that I'm going to say is does not have a bad team. I mean, they took 13 forfeit losses.
For sure.
Yes.
To start the year, like first 3 weeks, I'm almost positive they were in second place for the first 3 weeks of the season.
So it's not that they have a bad team.
No, absolutely not. No.
Though I'm gonna say they only faced Cage once,
Mm-hmm.
and Cage had 4 points up against him.
I mean, if you just go through the Remparts roster, though, like John from Earth's probably the best defenseman in the CH. Well, close in the CHL. I mean, like again, I don't play outside the queue a lot, or at all really. So, but he's an unreal defenseman. And then they just acquired ZB27, who's really good. Uncle Jake. It'll be very tough every game. Like it would take a very strong effort.
I'm gonna say it's tough. I'm gonna have him 5. I think the top line from one game, but I'm Lors or not Feldor. God, I can't think today. Just has the depth.
For sure. Yeah, you just click on their roster and it's impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hats off to Dakar.
Yeah, the bottom teams, Dakar in the playoffs right now, like those 13 forfeit losses, pretty crazy. But like I said, like beginning of the year, they were
to come through that adversity and still be able to become a playoff team. Hats off to them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's another one of those where you have with the Sea Dogs. For making the playoffs, but you got a sucky first round game. Round.
Yeah,
going up against Quebec with that depth.
I'll say this though. I mean, Drakkar finishing 15th, they were a positive possession team throughout the year. which is crazy considering their roster, but obviously their standings. But they're the only positive possession team in the bottom 9. So like, I would say the Remparts got kind of the worst end of the top teams as far as lineup matchups in the first round because your card's not bad. But I'm gonna say Remparts in 5. That's my prediction.
I think Dakar's gonna pull off one game. Oops.
Yeah, I guess yeah, exactly. I think that they will win one.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where I think they pull off one.
I agree.
Yeah. I just nobody upsetting Quebec until get to the this kind of doesn't make sense to me. You have Valdor that's a 1 seed.
Say that again.
Valdor was a 1 seed, correct?
Yeah, Valdor is the automatic Mem Cup bid.
Right.
President.
But then you have them facing the Remparts, who I believe weren't they the 2 seed?
Yeah, they'd be the 2 seed. But like you mean in the second
Facing
round?
in the second round.
Reseeds. It's got to reseed. If it doesn't reseed, I'd be stunned because then I was talking about this earlier because the OHL the playoffs in the CHL are different now. This season compared to last year, I guess. I wasn't around last year, so I can't speak about last year's playoffs, but I'm almost positive this will reseed. Because if it doesn't, then
I think it's one of those where they got the playoff matchups out quickly so people could sign up. I have a feeling this bracket's going to get switched up because the Remparts actually should be down where the Armada and Huskies are.
Yeah, unless that is how it is. Like if it doesn't reseed and it's like a firm bracket, kind of like March Madness, then it would have to be reseeded because there's no way you're going to have Valdor face the Remparts or even the Screaming Eagles versus
round 2
Huskies in the second round. That's brutal because your third round is going to be a joke. Well, I don't be like, it's but the skill gap or the good games, so the best 2 teams wouldn't make it essentially, which I doubt they would have do. They doubt they would do that.
I'm assuming the Huskies will end up to where Lgchl and the Remparts are at, and they'll move to where the Huskies and Armada are at.
Do we have any confirmation if it resets? Because it should reseed. I think that, like, for example, say all the top 8 teams win.
I think they put this out real fast.
Yeah.
Where teams are able to sign up for games now. I'm assuming this bracket's going to get reset.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm almost positive. Like if all the top 8 teams win,
because there's no way the Remparts would go up against Valdor.
Valdor would face the Voltigeur in the second round if all the top 8 teams won. Like I think that's how it goes. Like one would play 8. Like Valdor would play the lowest seeded team in the second round, and then so forth. I think the way they just have it now is just so that you can see who's playing who.
Right.
I don't think round 2 and 3 and 4 reflect like that as the bracket being set. If they did, that's brutal. If we had to play Quebec in the second round, that's crazy.
So, next matchup we have is the Screaming Eagles versus the Mooseheads.
Yep.
Where is that one?
Pull that up.
It was on the second, I think.
On the second page?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's second page.
Okay.
So, I'm assuming 2 of these games are forfeits.
I believe so. I believe the last one was. the Moosehead, I believe, did forfeit that last one, if I'm not mistaken.
But the second game, nothing was actually not a forfeit.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'll say this about
Screaming Eagles won that 1-0 with the second period goal.
this is a team that got a lot better later in the year with certain acquisitions. For who am I thinking of? I'm looking for DDW4. He got added to their team, I believe, late in the.
We talking Screaming Eagles, or are we talking?
Screaming Eagles. Yeah, like 9 games played for them, 42 points. Like he made their first line one of the best in the queue. Like they're like earlier in the year because they weren't. I believe they were in the middle of the pack for most of the year, and just like last 2-3 weeks has been a lot different.
So you go down to the goalie stats.
Mm-hmm.
You have no goalie that's
Yeah.
in any of these games.
Yeah.
I mean, you have SB_3145 that's 0-2, 95% save percentage.
That 1-0 game must have been a game.
He must have been in both.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was a forfeit last week because that was only 2 days ago.
Yeah, that was their Thursday.
For that one?
I'm sorry?
Was he in the lineup for that one?
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. So it wasn't a forfeit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, wait.
The last one was.
There's no stats for that.
So he's 0-1 with a 95.2 save percentage.
Yeah.
1 of 20, or 20 of 21.
That was a long time ago, though. Because that was back on. One 7 of 42 with an 88.1 save percentage. Yeah.
But yet you have Cape Breton as he's 1-0 and had a 19 save shutout. So it's going to be interesting because each team has 3 goalies that have gone up against each other.
Mm-hmm.
But don't even have some guys that have even played against these guys. Them Berg boys.
Yeah.
Hasn't even played against the Mooseheads.
No.
It looks like of Halifax has but I mean Cape Breton's holding 60 to 39 point.
Yeah.
Their series record is 3-2 against them. And one of them's a forfeit. So pretty much we'll take that forfeit out and the series is tied at 2.
Yeah.
But Cape Breton, that's held them every aspect: shots, time of attack, and face-offs.
I'm going to go with the Eagles in 6.
Eagles in 4.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say Eagles in 4.
Like I said, the top 4 teams in the queue, there's a big gap in the first round, at least. Like if Drakkar had made it up until out of the top 4 in the first round, like that would be pretty good. It's just like having to play the Remparts there.
You have the Armada versus the Huskies.
Yep. All right, grab that. Second page.
Yep.
Oh, the fruits for me.
I'd seen him on the second page.
It's on the first.
Is it? All right.
Yeah.
Are we missing a matchup?
Might be. Portland, St. John. Got no.
No, I found them. Their first page. Fourth from the bottom. Jeez.
Was that a sneeze?
Huskies at
Bless you.
Yeah. Are you okay?
I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, hold on, I'll take a drink quick. You guys go ahead and talk about this matchup.
I'll say this about the Huskies case. Like in the chat box, I'm pretty vocal about it. I think that at the deadline and their team makeup now make them a lot better than the record states.
Mm-hmm.
They finished the year 8-2. I think that they have a lot of good depth. I think that they might struggle against the first lines of the three teams ahead of them. I mean, like they have Goss's Bear on D, who's like a pill to deal with, but he's very good as far as point production from the back end and whatnot. The Armada, yeah, they're a below 500 team, right? Like I don't think they have anyone that can deal with the Huskies' depth.
Yeah,
Like,
I would have to agree.
Yeah, like there's no like I think if the Remparts have a really, really good top unit or second unit, that like the Huskies depth is a little bit better. But I mean, it'll be interesting to watch. Like it'll be interesting to watch the Huskies do.
This is how I see it. Okay. Looper and O'Ducks pretty much carry Armada.
Absolutely, yeah. They are very good. Yeah.
Looper is 0-2 against.
This is a team like
which right kind of sends you,
yeah.
hey, we might be in trouble. The Huskies do have great depth. The thing that's is Gus Spears' availability.
Yeah, among other things, yeah.
Right.
As long as they don't take an L early, I think that they'll be pretty good. I think that if they lose early, that they kind of have the toxicity in that unit to kind of fall apart.
They might shoot them in the foot.
Exactly. They might just lose their minds. That's not to say Valdora has the same problem, though, I think. But
I don't think Armada even might pull one off.
Yeah, like I said early on, like the top four in the queue is pretty cut and dry. I'll say the Huskies in 4. Right.
I'm gonna say Huskies in 5.
I'll say this as well. Like a personal buddy on the Huskies, Shook, who they just acquired at the trade deadline. Not really known in LG, but I played with him for a long time, and he's very good. And he's on their third line. Like it's just like I said, like it's just like the depth of the Huskies. I think that will.
Yeah, I'm seeing them in 4 as well.
I'll say Huskies in 4. Different team after the deadline, man.
Mm-hmm.
You get where you say, line, second line, third line. You get in that aspect of LG where you have these lines.
Mm-hmm.
Really not lines in LG.
No, you're great because of availability.
This day, you have guys that are available this day. You have guys that are available this day.
Yeah. There's Tuesday line, Monday line.
No, you're right. If in a perfect world, everyone's available, but
yeah, exactly. It's hard to keep the ship together because of availability, right?
But I mean, the more depth you have, the less that a line takes a hit if one of your all-stars can't make it. Like for example, if Looper can't make a game where they get the third line of the Huskies, maybe, like that impacts it the same way as the opposite would if the Huskies can't use their lines as they have them set.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, you do make a good point because there is set lines, but that's all in a perfect world where everyone can play every game, right?
Yeah.
That being said, we have Victoriaville Tigers versus Sherbrooke Phoenix.
Let's take a look at that one.
Don't see Phoenix probably winning the game. Because, you had Thursday's game where Victoria got beat 13
that was the crazy one. I remember seeing that after Thursday night.
They had forwards playing defense.
Yeah.
Weren't playing. It's one of those where pretty much irrelevant.
Yeah,
Sea Dogs had to get in. Victoriaville was sitting. Why can't I find this matchup?
Tigers have a ton of top
It's on
talent in the
page
top
2
20 for the Q as far as scoring goes.
There it is.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
Sure,
Victoriaville has...
Sure outshot them.
You're not wrong there. 92 to 50.
And there's only a 2-goal differential too.
That's just over the blue line, ripping shots the second you're in the zone or something.
Yeah,
you have 8 minutes. You have 8 minutes less time. It's like 42 more shots. I'm wondering if a game didn't get inputted or something.
Especially for the goals to be so close.
I know.
For Victoriaville. That's awesome.
You have Rowdy. You have Quickscope. You have King I Kill You. Greed. I mean, going up against Wheels Bull Dangles, Welch Jr., and McChew. I mean, goalie going up against where they threw what, 4?
Yeah. This is another.
Yeah, this series isn't going to be pretty.
Tigers overall.
4.
Yeah, me too.
Like while being 5th seeded, they only had a time on attack difference of 6 minutes. Like for the season, they were only positive 6 minutes. So they were barely a possession team, but the Phoenix had negative 90 minutes almost. So like even from just a team standpoint, that doesn't seem to be. And Sherbrooke doesn't seem to have anyone like offensively game breaking. Whereas I think the Tigers have a little bit more. I mean, they have 5 in the top 20 or top 25 as far as scoring goes for the Q. So,
yeah,
I'll say Victoriaville in 4.
Yeah, Phoenix just definitely does not have the same as.
I mean, 92 shots though. Damn.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
Well, in Victoriaville,
but look how many goals they have to 92 shots.
I know, it's amazing that they can get that many shots off. Even I mean, because they're being out time played as far as possession goes. It's cool to see, but yeah.
Well, I mean, you get past the blue line, you shoot it, and
exactly.
That's it, and he's going and slamming it right back down your throat. I mean,
For sure.
Well, they've shown they can throw any line they want at them too, so that really helps.
For sure, yeah.
But yeah, I think we're all in agreement there. That it's just probably not going to be pretty.
No, I'll say 4 as well, yeah.
You have Gatineau Olympics or Oceanic.
That's on the first.
This honestly, as far like as from a matchup standpoint, this is probably one of the better ones in round 1, especially from the queue, as far as like talent level being close together. Not to mention their matchups. I mean, we're
right. You have
close.
Gatineau that beat them a couple of times, but otherwise it's.
Yeah, it's
mean,
not close. Like, if you look at again something I just look at
the Olympics or Oceanic is killing them in faceoffs.
Yeah, that's
not even close.
Yeah, to have more time on attack and have that face-off disparity is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
No. From like
I mean,
season
the only
standpoint,
thing that they really have going for them is score on the power play.
Mm-hmm. Well,
they're 1 for 16.
Yeah, that's brutal.
And Train Mass seems to have their number.
Yeah, Jay Berger.
Yeah, he's good.
No,
I like him.
But you have Train Mass that's 3-0 against them. 92.5.
Yeah.
Percentage. I mean, you might be able to pull off maybe 2 wins when Train Mass isn't playing. But, I mean, Gatineau has Loop 61, who's defenseman.
Magoo's
I mean, who's good. You have him badass. You get to Oceanic. I mean, here.
Yeah, there's not a lot of game breakers on that one.
Killa J.
Yeah, Killa J is awesome.
I mean,
Amino's not bad either.
I don't honestly. I don't think this one's as close as everybody thinks.
This will be the first time I think goes 6. I think that Gatineau will win 6. From playing these teams so much, like it's.
Yeah, you got a good idea.
Yeah, I see them like, and not to say like that they were both like extremely good against us or anything like that, but like it wasn't like a huge disparity. It's just disparity.
Yeah.
And just like
I'm going with Gatineau in 6.
Yeah, I'll say Gatineau in 6 as well. I'll say it's interesting to watch. Yeah, it's interesting to watch.
Did get it All-Star. So you also got to remember those guys won up against Valdor, the Huskies. So, I mean, they did have a tough division, and they're still pulling.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Like they're pretty good as far as like the lower teams.
I mean, yeah, I just don't think Oceanic has the same as Gatineau does. Trying to see here. I'm gonna try doing it today. I know I've been kind of slacking since votes have gotten in. I do need to still put up a form of all the winners.
Yeah.
But from Gunna QC and what was the other one? My name, Neem, and Brad also got. Later on in the podcast, I'll go through everybody who won All-Star representation, and then I'll put a form out. LG feels like giving you guys your on the actual site that I have nothing to do with that, so
I want
those
my banner.
will actually come out.
I want my trophy.
So we'll move on to the next matchup, which is the Titans versus the Islanders.
This is the Islanders were a crazy team because they dominated the Q for like the first 3 weeks of the season too, much like Jakar did. I want to say they were actually ahead of Valdor after week 3.
And they got a 50% power play against the Titans too. Holy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
With 103 shots to 54. Holy. And that's with possession. That's crazy.
That's page 2, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Nope. I probably passed it like 6 times.
It keeps changing. It is second from the top on the first page.
There it is. My brain's not together today.
Yeah, I didn't know, man. It's all good. No worries.
So you have the Islanders who are 5-0 against the Titans. Kick off the week 1 victory because the Titans were irrelevant in week 1.
Yeah, they weren't around for standings for quite some time.
Jay Hirsch, who's 4-0 against them, save percentage. I mean, neither Titan has been able to beat them. They're both 75% and under. I mean, you Hippie Girl that's only played 1 game against them.
Skull Puck has 17 points against him.
Yeah, he had a great season. Yeah.
Yes, he did.
I don't know what happened to them.
You have Mello banging that's only played 1 game against them, so they've only played 1 top player.
Yeah.
And you're getting pretty much killed in every game by 2 to 3 points or goals. This one is definitely 4.
I'll agree with 4.
Yeah, me too. For sure.
How would that shake out in the standings? Because the Islanders, I would love to see who they play in the second round. From my like how I think that the rest will go, they're gonna end up playing the Remparts in the second round.
Charleston ended up being a 7 seed, and Titans ended up being a 10 seed.
10 seed, yeah. I don't see. Yeah, the Islanders, I think, will win in 4. I would just say for second round, I think the Islanders, the Islanders are going to play the Ramparts, but if the Islanders played the Eagles or the Huskies, it would be, or the Eagles specifically, I think that it would have been an interesting second round.
The last one from Neil is Mutton versus the Voltigeurs.
This the Wildcats got significantly better over the last week or 2 of the season. The record doesn't indicate it, but just like the players that they acquired, I'm pretty sure they ended up with Dunsel.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's a big acquisition in the CHL.
Trying to think who the other one is that they got. They also got Peace too.
Yeah, they have Peace as well. So like of all of the I didn't call any upsets in the O, but 100% think that Moncton will beat the Voltigeurs here. In 5. In 5.
I'm gonna say 7.
You're gonna say 7? That would be sweet. I would love a 7th game.
7 for this one.
I think this one goes the distance.
If you get a 7th game and Moncton gets to throw out their first line, then I think that there's no way that Moncton doesn't win that. But yeah, I can say I'm gonna say 5. Not to say that Drummondville's bad. Like
no,
they especially against Moncton, but again, Moncton, much like the Huskies, got a lot better near the end of the year. So like, it's hard to take the head-to-head game stats, you know.
I think this series basically goes off of what Major Dixie shows up.
Well, that's true as well.
I mean, I'm going to say Dixie's going to be the X factor of if Mutton pulls this. It's the Voltigeurs. We've all seen it where 5-point games not show up. You have 3 players from season 3 Penguins, Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, DK Smith, Eyes and Steelers fan. Have chemistry with just those 3 players.
Yeah, and they're the only ones that are a plus, I think, too.
So I'm actually going to say you got Pookie. Pookie's number 1 goalie. Canucks fan has been a question mark. Let in 24 goals.
Jesus.
So if Canucks shows up too, yeah, I'm gonna go Moncton in 7.
I'll say Moncton in let's see 5. Yeah, Moncton in 5.
And I'm Moncton in 7.
All right. Which means that Valdor versus Moncton would be round 2.
Ooh.
No, it'd be a lower seed.
No, I mean, if we go off of what we predicted, there's no lower seed than 9th.
Yeah.
It'll reach.
So yeah, it would be Moncton versus.
You'd have the Ramparts versus the Islanders, which, like again, I think if the Islanders played the Eagles or the Huskies, it would be a lot closer. And then you would have the Olympique against. Oh, did I read that wrong? Hang on a second here. Forers versus Wildcats, Ramparts versus Islanders, Screaming Eagles versus the Olympique, and then Huskies versus Victoriaville, which would be pretty good. Huskies versus Victoriaville in round 2 would be pretty good. That would be a really good series.
So now we move on to the W.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Which this could get very heated.
Yeah.
I gotta be the mediator. Keep you guys chill.
No, that probably won't be until next week's.
Exactly.
Yeah, next week might get ugly.
Other, right?
Might get ugly, yeah.
We wouldn't play each other until next week.
Oh, so okay. All right, well, let's get into that then. Let's get into that.
We got the Blazers versus Swift Current.
There you go.
That is.
Sorry, Swift Current. You made the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. That's a lot like Valdor.
Proud on exit.
He jogs.
Yeah, I mean, like Valdor, Kingston, depth. They have Peely. They have the Goats.
Ugh.
And a very good goaltender in Yoshi.
Oh, Yoshi's amazing.
So, yeah, I've been close 1-goal games. I mean, you have Craven.
Can you guys tell me what happened to the Blazers the last 3 weeks though?
I think they lost a player.
Oh yeah, they did. They lost someone.
They lost a key
right.
piece.
They did. I think they lost their leading scorer to the NHL. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who though.
Yeah, I can't remember who though.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Mr. Girardi and Capitals fan are both 2 good goaltenders. Both 2 good goaltenders because you have a lot of firepower coming at you.
Oh yeah.
I just honestly, I just doesn't even have a chance.
No, this is a pretty cut and dry one.
No, especially the way that Kamloops can choose to control the puck can give any team trouble. So
66.4 time of attack to 33.6.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of those. It's pretty much a consensus around the board. Board.
I vote that as well.
Yep. Sorry, OJ.
Next one this is gonna be format compared to the other 2. You have your top seed in your division, and then they go up against wild cards.
Yeah, the first 4, like the NHL kind of.
Right.
So you got the Americans versus the Americans versus the Silvertips. Silvertips came on late in the season today.
Oh yeah, hey, Billy O is very good player himself.
They went off in the last.
That's
no, I know.
Makes it known that they are on one hell of a winning streak.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think
it's 4 weeks.
This week because I'm pretty sure Silvertips went up against the Blazers. They also played Portland. I believe beat them 5-0. So Portland's getting hot. Tips are getting hot.
Yeah.
That's a crazy finish to the year.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're rolling.
Are we on Rockets or Silvertips?
Well, we should just go down the road. So let's go.
We'll go Rockets. Victoriaville Royals. This is tied 4-4.
Is this not supposed to be the best? Like, from my understanding, is this not supposed to be the best series in the first round? You guys would know more because you play the W, but like I don't mean like that they're both like unstoppable teams, but aren't they like
Victoriaville and
very even?
Yeah, they're very even.
Yeah.
I mean, you have two fabulous goaltenders in this in aspiration. Cover game. Pin back 2. You have, I think, Wookiees down here now too.
Yeah, Wookie 89. Yeah, and the Swan.
So the Royals, you have 1%er each that came over from London. I mean, not like Victoria has bad goaltending. They got Iron 76 Wolf. I mean, they have 2 Trout.
Yeah, 2 Trouts.
Fire Penguin. Deadly one. Goalies have had fabulous in this series, but it's. I mean, you got Dunkhope. This series is.
Well, it's also their rival this year too, so that's gonna make it fun too.
For sure.
But if I'm gonna go with someone, I'm actually gonna say Victoriaville in 7.
Victoriaville.
Or Victoria.
Yeah, I was like, every time you said that, I was
still
like,
stuck in the queue, I guess.
I was like, what are we like?
And it's funny, I come from Western Canada. I should know that.
I mean, Kelowna almost won the division because of how bad Kamloops was over the last.
Yeah, it was
Like, that's
tight all over.
I'm gonna go Rockets in 7.
I will say the Rockets in 6.
Tri-City Americans versus the Silvertips.
Oh, Silvertips in 4.
Yeah, that's an
yeah. The goal differential is insane between the two. It's insane.
I just don't think Tri-City's goaltending can compete with the Silvertips
kind of
goal scoring.
Like, they've scored. The Americans have 19 goals, and Everett has 46 in their meetings.
Insanity. Double it on its own.
Yeah, exactly.
He also had the 10. You had the 10-2 game. You got the 9-2 game.
Yeah.
I mean,
big explosions. And 7-3, 7-1, 9-2.
Yeah, this one's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. March is 1-5 for tips. I mean, you have either goalie or the Silvertips. One's 3-0, one's 2-0.
And Bob the Ostrich is a beast.
I mean, I honestly, I just don't even think this is going to be close.
No. Sorry to say.
Tri-City lost Makers Hockey, their best players, to the AHL.
Yeah.
That pretty much killed him when he got called up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be Silvertips in 4.
Yeah, I'm in accord with that.
They're just way too hot.
Yep, I agree as well.
Too hot. I think that they have the goaltending to the defense.
No.
Next one is Portland versus Seattle.
One goal game, one goal game, one goal game, one goal game, one goal game. Is that a forfeit or a shutout?
Seattle came on late in the season as well, did they not? I'm pretty sure they were out of the playoffs like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, they've really been pushing hard for the past few weeks. They scooped us a couple times in overtime the other week, and yeah,
My
they've been
buddy's a
playing
TC actually on that team. I'm pretty sure he was in both those games.
Hey, awesome.
That's crazy. Because yeah, he said that he beat a team in overtime twice.
Yeah, oh, it was tight. Plus, I know a lot of the guys over there from last year too. So
yeah,
it's one of those things with the W is. So, I mean, that's you had your blowouts every once in a while. It's always one.
Yeah, almost every game.
Man, the Winterhawks had a much better season, but against each other, like
honestly, the way Portland's playing handled the Blazers, the game they played against them. Nothing. They have a good goalie and Big Whiskey won.
And a great D-court too.
They have Boston Sean, so they have veterans on their team.
Yeah.
Guys that know how to get shit done.
Oh, yeah.
Bench press, who's not a bad player. You have Flynn, who's not a bad player. I mean, up and down their lineup. I think Seattle has the firepower.
But they do have, like, their defense over there in Seattle is really good. I have to give them props for that. They know how to take you out of your game.
The thing of it is, though, is you notice the last 2 weeks, because in the W, teams played 8 times. We played them once a week. The last 2 weeks, beat Portland 9-3.
Holy. Yeah.
Last week it's 7-4.
So it could be anyone's game.
It could be
like it's
anyone's game. The only thing is I think Boston Sean and Cam Strong are gonna tip this one. Because I mean, you have the one which was final shot. 2 shots. If Big Whiskey wins in most of these games.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because if you look, the only times that Seattle won was when Big Whiskey won wasn't in.
He's going to get 3 games then.
So I think if Whiskey plays his game, Portland in 6.
Yeah, it's definitely an edge they probably have over Seattle. It's their goaltending.
I'll say Portland in 6 as well.
Next one we have is Prince Albert versus Toon Blades.
This is a pretty quick one as well. Saskatoon went 12-0 in the year. Wow, straight stole the division from the Pats.
Actually, that game went down to the Thursday night's game.
Yeah, it was tight.
Yeah, it was. I think it was like a 2-point difference. The Pats won it. They would have had the tiebreaker and head-to-head.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
Jeez, it looks like the Raiders had like legit every single person on the team play against. The Blades that bricky, like that's.
The Blades have very good players.
Brick.
Aztec's good.
Yes,
2 games, 11 points.
Yeah, like
You got Philzy that's played 3 games, had 7 points. Flaws with 12 points in 2 games.
yeah.
That top line has given it's along with a lot of the W. I don't see this one even being close.
No.
Yeah, same. I'll agree with that. I think 4. I will say Blades in 4.
Yeah, I'll say Blades in 4 as well.
Oh, what the hell? I'll be the no. I'll do it. I'm gonna say in 6.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say that is because your top line's gonna be playing.
No, I didn't even see Footsie. Is he still on their roster?
Yeah, Footsie's in there. Jake that can. You got LS Canuck. Plus, you have SW Bobcat. If he's still there, or if he got called back up, but he can make a difference also.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the Blades goaltending. You know,
Yeah,
I'll say
GBH
in
Hockey
5.
Blades good.
5.
Oh, they're both good.
Blades in 5.
In 5, you're gonna give him that one? All right.
Weak Kings versus Pats.
Oh, that's gonna be an interesting.
This seems like the biggest disparity out of the 3. Like, it's how the W has their playoff format set up, where it's like the 2 and 3 have to play each other.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks for the W. Like,
It
for
really
second
does.
place, for the second place, oh, congratulations, you get the guy right behind you in the division. Like, it's a lot like the NHL, which is a big problem because in the NHL, the first rounds get usually the best series. And the second and third usually suffer because of it. But this one seems to be the biggest disparity.
Yeah,
I think it'll be a very tight series still, though, because Brandon's just been, I don't know, anytime I played him this season, they were always tough, and they've been surging lately, too. So they might be doing it at the right time.
I believe, didn't their GM just have to leave?
I think. I can't say for sure.
I want to say. The thing with this team is, though, we have Tommy's line. That line pretty much goes through Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy's amazing.
Ex-Valdor legends Mitch Marner and Moose for the Pats.
Their second line.
That's their second line. I mean,
and Dylan Bells, too. I like Dylan Bells, too. He can make a difference.
So, to me, this one's going 7 games. Because
yeah.
Really?
In my experience, as long as you have defense that can just their main shutting Tommy down, it can literally cripple their whole offense. I'm
not gonna lie, Mitch only really has wraparounds and shit. So
I
love you, Mitch.
You found 2 flaws in 2 lines. So
I see your point now. Yeah, all right, fair enough. I mean, the time on
the
attack.
way the time of attack is
touching each other essentially. Wow, what a close series.
Yeah.
I think the Pats get it in Game 7. It's going to give them a fight for their money. I mean, Brandon's not just going to roll over and give them the series. And they have a great goaltender in Lonely Star.
Yeah.
He seems good. Yeah, he looks good.
Oh, he's pretty good, man.
I mean,
he could steal them a game or two for sure in this series, for sure.
right. So, yeah, I'm gonna say Pats in 7.
I'm going Brandon in 7.
I will say Pats in 6. No, Pats in 7. Sorry.
Next. So then you have Red Deer Rebels versus the Kootenay Ice.
That's you, right?
John, this one. No. Yeah, I'm Red Deer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Cred and Prodigy are the Ice.
Yeah.
And the Ice fell off too, because then halfway through the year, they were the ones that were on top of the Blazers for a while.
Yeah, you gotta remember what happened with them, but it was a tough situation.
They lost somebody, right? Like one
Yeah, they lost
Nicky P and Gensel to
oh yeah, and then Gensel came. Okay, yeah. That was it. That sucks.
Yeah. Although they've played almost every line against you guys. I just don't want to say too much on this one. The Ice are a pain.
I mean, even though they fell apart near the end, we're like at least didn't
They
dominate.
solidified some good things. Like even like the Coffee Mon on D there, he was on my team last year. He's a great shutdown guy who has a little bit of offensive side coming from the back end. Of course, he got Prodigy and Cred. Yeah, it's tough. But on the Red Deer, Space Leader's had a good game against them. Marsh can be good. And your guys' D is always solid. Always.
So pretty much I'm not going to touch a whole lot because I'm not going to really give my strategy away.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Exactly.
I can talk shit about Valdor because I'm not making the lineup decision.
No, but you
pretty
guys
much it's been 1-goal games. I mean, you had week, they beat us 4-0, but otherwise it's been 1-goal games up until like the final weeks. It pretty much we saw the same line a lot.
Yeah.
Have Cred and Prodigy that pretty much went up against us.
Wow. 5 times. That's a lot for one guy to play against one team.
Yeah.
So it's one of those where G know how my style and Price's style co-mix.
Yeah. You see each other
see a lot. Also see a lot of the TCs going in these games. It's one of those where it's not much of a difference. Shots aren't much of a difference. Face-offs aren't much of a difference. Maybe 1 going up against 4.
Yeah. and really
this,
at the end.
With this division, it was so close.
Yeah, right to the very end.
Right. If we don't have 12 overtime losses, any of those go different.
That's crazy.
Totally different story.
Well, I didn't even realize that. You had 12 overtime losses. That's a tough pill.
Yes. I think it was 17 overtimes.
Yeah, where were the Kings? How many more points did they have? 2. Oh my goodness, you'd have the
2.
Hitman instead.
So yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
So,
I mean, you're only
like I said,
first place though. Like
these last 2 matchups we're going to go up against are literally behind each other.
Yeah.
Red Deer versus Ice and Oil Kings versus Hitmen are probably the matchups to watch. They're going to be very close games. There could be upsets.
And I'm from Calgary. I got a natural rivalry with Edmonton. So that would be fun.
It's one of those where they might get off because Cred and Prodigy can only play, 2 through 6?
Yeah.
You have
depending
to get
on
those other games in.
Right. And you have the whole aspect of it, but you notice a lot of these guys have only played one game against. So, I mean, you have on our team that hasn't, or Frody that haven't played against these guys.
Yeah.
One of the aspects where they don't know.
Well, that's what I was saying.
They're always
you guys are deep. You guys are deep at D.
Right. So
hard to get by, yeah.
Due to right now, I don't even know, even with availability, what lines are going to be.
Yeah.
Can't say, well, I'm going to throw this line up against Prodigy and Cred.
That's what's tough.
Also, I mean, Prodigy and Cred might have our number, but I mean, we just faced them, 8-4.
Yeah.
So your last 4 games have all been recent, and they've all been like.
They beat us 8-3. I know I had to have a TC defenseman in for that one. Towards the beginning of the year, it was going back and forth, and then on vacation or, whatever.
Oh yeah, use money or something.
But I won't do a prediction here.
I'm not gonna either.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
either
these teams. I'll say Kootenay in 6, just based on you have to beat that Prodigy line, and because he has home ice, they get to choose kind of, which I think makes it really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, as far as like the rest of the roster goes, like it seems to be very, very even. Don't go to overtime though, for the love of God.
Yeah, thanks.
I just really don't go to. That's crazy. That's by far the most, right?
Yeah, it is the most in the league. The record though.
Yeah, like they're only 8 points more than you guys, right? So it's not like there's a giant gap.
For most of those games in the beginning, that was with Nikki P and Gensel.
Oh. For sure, yeah, for sure. I didn't realize it was those two that they got. That's a big loss.
Right. So, also, where a lot of teams got hurt, You had the roster locks with those last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
A defenseman and 3 forwards. Claims. So that's a lot of adjustments to make. And I mean, I think we have a good chance of getting in the series, but it's up in the air.
It sucks that line matching is like that. Like that's how it. I mean, I understand why. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's my home ice.
should have,
Nice.
should have an advantage. Just like in real life, it's like you get them on draws and whatnot, not the entire game. You know what I mean? Like that.
Well, the shorter bench too, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's crazy that because that affects it a ton. Because again, if it's not your team specifically, but any team that has one line where they're really strong, one line. They might not play the third game because they have to line match, and the other team can be okay. Well, they're not playing these guys, so they're obviously playing them in game 3.
It gives you a little look into the crystal ball.
But then availability also comes into it, right? Like it's not.
Yeah.
You get a guy that's got to work, or he's got to take his girl out or something. And he misses those games. He can only be in a certain one, right? Like.
Yeah, it's never picture perfect.
Oh, for sure.
Ken, did you say your prediction?
I said I'm not making a prediction. I don't want to make a prediction inside our division. That's not cool.
All right. You have
it's
the
going
Oil
to game
Kings
7
versus the Hitmen.
That's all I'm saying.
That one up quick.
Yeah, and I'm not saying nothing.
You're on what team?
I'm on the Hitman.
Okay, you're on the Hitman.
He's the owner of the Hitman.
Oh, the owner. Oh, beauty. All right.
Everything about this one. I ain't seen it either.
You go nuts, buddy.
This is by far the closest first round matchup. In the W. It looks like as far as points go. I don't know like rosters and whatnot in the W, obviously, like thoroughly. But.
Well, the one thing I'll say is Johnny QC got called up, so.
Ha ha.
But we got Braves fan back.
I don't know why I can't find you. Where? Oh, there it is. Because somebody just clicked on it.
The only one I know on both teams. It's not Cowboys.
So yeah, so like we were saying, this division is probably the closest in the W.
It sucks that that's how it
works. You had the Blazers and the Rockets and Victoriaville.
And the Winterhawks, too.
Yeah. So, with the W, I can honestly say any team can probably and go on a really long run. The W is just way too close.
The playoff format like the NHL. Yeah, it doesn't reseed, right? The W doesn't reseed then. So, like, for example, the Blades, say the Blades win, which we all think they will, and then we disagree, but, like, the Pats win, right? The Pats have to play the Blades in the second. It's not like the Blades get the next lowest seeded team. Unless it does, and it's not like the NHL, where it's like.
Did Over Enemy IR?
Yeah, I already sent that message in, so he will be back.
You guys get Over Enemy back.
Yes, we do. It's been a long 2 weeks, but the GM is coming back.
You did get Braves, which was a good addition.
Yeah, he got sent down just in time.
I mean, this is another one. It's going to Game 7. You got Russian phenom. Wash and Fishy Dangles. Going up against Prim and Sober. Very good goalies. You got Milson on defense with Bennett, 96, cold shot. And I mean, this series is going to be a long one.
Oh,
it's close. I mean, in 7 games, I'm assuming one was a forfeit.
well, no, the one from Thursday, they have to do the manual.
Still isn't in yet.
Yeah. No, they said they're putting it in today. So. But we lost that
The
one.
Oil Kings are 5-3.
Yeah. You got it. But also, a few key players haven't played against them yet, too, so I'm hoping that'll help us out.
This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it's going to Game 7, but I'm going to do the same thing as Ken and not pick anybody since it's my division. But yeah, it's going to be a close one.
You get the line pick though.
Very
yes,
equal teams.
I'll say you in 6.
And it's going 7. Even with the line picks, that just means he gets line picks for Game 7.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
For 6.
Yeah, it's just getting past Taichi and Bennett. Those guys are something else.
They probably feel the same way with Cox and Phenom. So,
yep.
Be close.
Yeah, the first
7.
battle of Alberta.
So, last division for the W is tight. You pretty much can't even say who's getting out of that one.
It was a crazy finish and a crazy season.
You're pretty much doing the 90s Colorado Avalanche versus the Detroit Red Wings. That's how nasty these two series are going to get.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Like, there's not a lot of exciting first rounds in the
and
the CHL.
Guys are going to have to circle those ones. You definitely are going to want to watch those. Same with the Mountain team.
Voltage one, yeah, I think so.
Or series.
Yeah.
Also with Hamilton, Battalion.
Yeah, there'll be a few.
There's a lot of good first round matchups.
Yeah.
Dr. Vanilla's Pizza against the Ice Dogs. Just kidding.
So that's our playoff preview.
Yeah.
If you're new to these cups, they do a thing called playoff pick'em. You pick the team and the amount of games or reward for it. It's just fun. It just shows who has top percentage. It's kind of like March Madness. So go ahead and take a look at that. Also, you can watch any of our podcasts. All of them have the media tags. Definitely try doing a next week. Talk about winners, go over analysis of the playoff series. And then we will also talk about the All-Stars.
Yeah, you want to give a quick on that? Like, how's that? You're gonna do like post the winners and whatnot of it?
Yeah. I'll do a nice little lovely post about it. Start game. None of the AHL, none of them are doing them. Pretty much what's going to happen is V-Rain and Polska are running the championships. Looking for owners. Link for signing up ability is if your team gets the first round of the playoffs or you did not make the playoffs.
I got a question.
So it's kind of, yeah.
What if Valdor loses first round? Can we join the championship and go back into the Mem Cup because we have the auto bid?
Technically.
Yes.
So yeah, it'd be over in time. I'm gonna tell the boys.
And
St. John's getting lucky.
And whoever you lose to, if you lose to someone in the finals, you both go.
Yeah, we both go. Yeah, the Q52 reps this year. That's so funny. Sea Dogs, you got a chance. Gunass and Wolf all want to play in the World Championships.
We'll encourage them to sign up.
I signed up just in case.
So,
yeah, me too.
The world ended. The world ended. I signed up in case.
That's cool.
Things to look at. We'll be doing our part of it, and then I'll do a little bit of on the podcast next week of stars. So from and no sleeves nag for a little bit before I'm Hammond 2717 signing off.
So guys.